Rebecca Bourne here with all my animals. I hope that nobody comes to the door while I'm doing this. When's the last time you thought about the Cinderella story? Perhaps a long time. But I have two little girl granddaughters, and Cinderella and being a princess is a big deal in their lives, so I'm very familiar with the story. As I thought about it, I began to kind of ponder, who is the hero in that story? Sometimes we think it might be the fairy godmother because she came and she gave Cinderella an incredible opportunity to really find out who she was and attend a ball where she met the man of her dreams. Or we might think that the prince is actually the hero of the story because he came and rescued Cinderella from the fate that she was living. We often think of Cinderella as the victim. After all, she was commandeered by her stepmother and her stepsisters, and she was virtually a servant to them. She brought them their meals, she cleared the hearth, and she did everything that they asked, and she had no rights of her own. Her stepsisters were very cruel to her, and she was denied the opportunity to go to the ball and be who she really was. So we often think of her as the victim. But I want to propose to you that we think about it in a different way. Our definition of a hero, us at Connections, our definition of a hero is someone who goes through a process of change. Someone who lets go of the old way and walks into the new. When you think about superheroes, even the ones that we see in comic books and movies, someone like Superman, he really is Clark Kent. He goes into a phone booth and turns into Superman. He goes through a process of change. So, in thinking about Cinderella that way, did the godmother go through change? No. Did the prince? No. Only Cinderella. And so as I thought about that, and I think about the people that we work with who are really trying really hard to go through change, what was it that allowed Cinderella to do the change that she needed? What did she have to bring to the table, so to speak, to become her own hero? And so I looked at that and I thought, well, first of all, she had to step out and trust that fairy godmother, the one who was giving her that new opportunity. That's really risky for her. She has been betrayed, and she thought she could trust a stepmother or a stepsister, and trusting a new person is a really hard thing to do. She also had to cooperate with the fairy godmother. She had to bring to her the mice. She had to bring to her the pumpkin. She had to bring to the fairy godmother things that the fairy godmother needed in order to help Cinderella change. But I think at the very core of it, what Cinderella had to do is she had to be willing. She had to be willing to take that risk of trusting and cooperating. So maybe you're somebody who's trying to find their way out of the trauma of sex abuse, or trying to find their way out of just really a hurtful life, and you want to become your own hero. I have got some exciting news, and I want to invite you to this great news. Svava Brooks, who is a colleague and a friend of mine, who works helping victims of sex abuse overcome the trauma, she and I are collaborating to offer to you a 6-week group. It's going to be online. It's using our advanced materials that will provide for you the opportunity to get the skills you need to become your own hero. Now, I know many of you don't know me, many of you don't know Svava. So what we're going to do is in a couple of weeks, we're going to offer you an opportunity to come to an online group and meet us so that maybe we can begin to develop some level of trust that you can be like Cinderella and step out and take that risk and gain some new skills so that you can become your own hero. Thanks. I look forward to meeting you. You can get more information by clicking on that little link below.